Still says setting up your meeting for YouTube Live. Okay, good. I think we're live now.
Hi, everyone.
So let's get this thing on the road.
I hope you're live.
Yeah, they can hear everything you're saying, Tukey.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to the first live AMA that we host. We are very excited to be here for you. Everything is recorded, of course, so it will be later on our YouTube channel. Since last week's when we announced about this live AMA, we received a couple of very good questions and many other questions. We try to choose to pick up the best 10 where we're going to answer them today in this live AMA. But feel free in the comments for this video to add any other questions that you might have, and we might have the chance to answer them. So I'm Erez Ben-Kiki. I'm the CEO, co-founder of Tukey. Along with me, eiTan, CTO, co-founder of Tukey. And today is a very exciting day for us because yesterday we released a new version for Tukey Network, a big progress, a big milestone for us, another big milestone for Tukey. But of course, we want to address in this call many of the things, the issues, the questions, the problems we have, and of course, the roadmap ahead for the Tukey Network, Tukey product, Tukey, and Tukey token, of course. So let's start with one of the first questions. Okay. eiTan, this is a question I will let you answer first. What is the reason for Tukey smart links, which allow participants to get prizes and marketing goals, to be more competitive and more profitable than traditional advertising and promotion in the market today, and especially better than other referral solutions?
Maybe we'll show everyone the questions so they know which question we're answering. We can share the doc.
Let me share it.
So
this is the question number 1 by Gano135.
What is the reason for Tukey smart links which allow participants to get prizes and marketing goals? Why is it more competitive and profitable? Well, first of all, because regular advertising basically isn't profitable at all for users, since it's usually paid for big centralized ad networks or robots like Facebook and Google. So it's absolutely more profitable for users. But if we see like more modern advertising like referrals, then basically with Tukey, the humans behind information sharing get a very central role in the stage. So unlike regular solutions where you're just referring, and like in Uber, you're referring, so you're going to get just like this one-time free ride. But the fact that you successfully refer doesn't amount to anything that's long-lasting. Whole idea behind Tukey Network is that we are building a global referral network where your social capital from the information you successfully relay on the network is basically, it amasses as a form of capital that is in turn worth for you more monetary capital, more money. That's one thing. And the second big thing is that unlike most other solutions for referrals, that are free for the masses, this is a multi-step. So even if anyone after you converts in more than just the immediate step after, you still earn. So those are like the two most basic advantages that Tukey has over anything else out there, actually.
I will add on top of that when we think about Tukey, eventually we're thinking about how we can merge between blockchain technology, crypto, to regular markets, the old markets. And one of the biggest markets in the world, of course, is the advertising market. How we can disrupt this market? And the best way to disrupt it is to make it more transparent and more fair. Today, one thing we all know for sure, this is not a fair market. There are a huge duopoly of Google and Facebook that holds about 70% of it and keep on growing, crushing small competitors. There is a reason why we saw the CEO grilling in the Senate only a week ago. And I think that blockchain, crypto, this is exactly the answer we should bring. Tukey, we aim to be in the forefront of DMAR. What we call DMAR is decentralized marketing. It's a big revolution that, in my opinion, will come in the next 2 years, where we see more and more products that give their users the fair share for their knowledge, for their reputation, for their knowledge, for their connections, and not only for the big corporates. And of course, we aim to be one of the biggest players in this field. Okay, let's move to the next question. The next question I have is, of course, about the hottest topics in the world at the moment. And I will try to answer it first. It's by Furman, about DeFi, by Furman675. It was asked on Twitter. So currently, DeFi is very popular. And what's our plan about DeFi? And any plans to implement DeFi on Tukey? So, of course, we couldn't have missed the big excitement about DeFi. And I think it's unlike many other people that think this is just a hype that rise and will fall, same like ICOs boomed in 2017. I think this time is really, it's for real. There is a big difference between the two bursts, between the two hypes. DeFi is not something that was born yesterday. DeFi is actually developed for a couple of years now. What we see now is just the first products emerging from development that lasts for two to the last 3 years. And this is only the edge of the iceberg. There are so many other products that are going to come in the next couple of months, in the next year, then that will totally change the whole game. Eventually, if DeFi wants to be the future of finance, there is a long game ahead of it. And today, the number of people using DeFi around the world is not more than about 250,000, 250,000 people. This is nothing. This is less than 1% of the people using crypto. So there is a big promise in DeFi, in my opinion, where we get mass adoption. Eventually, with the low interest rates around the world today, people will look for better solutions, and DeFi tools will be one great solution. We at Tukey, for example, since we launched the Tukey token on Uniswap, we not only that we are putting Tukey tokens on the Tukey pairs on Uniswap, and we get great interest on that, we also adding liquidity to other pairs and having great ROI. And this is something I invite everyone to do. If you have Tukey tokens, if you want to hold them for the long term, this is a great place to park them. Of course, make your homework first and understand the risk involved, but this is a great place to park them and to make interest while holding the tokens. For us at Tukey, of course, Tukey is part of the Lego pieces that make crypto. We build Tukey to be part of this. And actually, like until today, we make many changes and shifts in our roadmap. We made some shift, very small one that people didn't notice, but we'll notice them in the first couple of versions, to making Tukey much more familiar, much more compatible with DeFi products. The connection with Uniswap that we have is only the first one. Very soon, we will also allow people to swap tokens directly from Tukey with Uniswap. And we are doing the same thing with other DeFis that we're exploring all the time. Eventually, we want Tukey to be a one-stop shop for all your needs, and also for your financial needs that involve Tukey tokens. So if you have Tukey tokens, if you hodl them, if you use them on the network, if you earn them as a referrer, you don't have to go outside and invest them or use other products. We want to merge as many products as we can into Tukey to be a one-stop shop also for the future of DeFi. eiTan, maybe you have anything else to add on top of that?
No, I think that's good. I just recommend let's paste on the public YouTube. I can do this, like the questions that we answer, so that people can see like what we're answering in real time. just mark for me on the doc like and the top, and I'll just copy them.
Okay, let's move to the next question. I will give it to you to answer. It's a bit far-fetched, but it's a good question because we do have plans in that angle, and it is when is the API of Tukey will be out there, and about white labeling solution that we want to have in the future.
Okay, so here, let's just copy this, although it's the third one, but I'll copy it anyways. This is the third question we're answering. So basically the API is something that we wanted to do actually for a long time, but like we chose to do the PPC smart links first because we want there to be a very clear way for the masses to use Tukey. And we got a lot of requests from businesses that wanted to like have integrations on the SDK level, on the API level. So that's basically like you have an app or a website and you want to just use Tukey to drive any type of conversion on your website. It's a legacy app, like server client website. You want to drive conversions there. So of course, it's like a B2B service. That was supposed to be our next vertical, but then we decided to go with smart links. And basically, smart links are open for anybody who just wants to push out content to the web, and either to pay for it or not to pay for it. But basically, the social distribution of links. So this is what we've been focusing on, and from a month from now, it'll also be just as free and easy to create these as it is to create Bitties. The API will come right after, and we have great expectations from this from two angles. First, it's a very, very solid B2B service because basically any type of conversion you want to achieve on your just regular app or website, and you're willing to do a very simple API integration, we can do it. So we already spec'd with a couple of launch partners. And it's pretty much just sitting there on the queue waiting for our resources to basically be applied there. There's also another very big reason we're heading for it because we want to use it to implement our own affiliate program for Tukey. So basically, we want to provide the system where anytime there is a conversion on the Tukey app, basically, if you were the one that brought that user, for example, if you invited someone and he joined Tukey because of you, then any campaign that he makes in the future, some of that budget could go to you as a referral reward, not because you clicked on his campaign or converted in his campaign, but simply because you brought that user to Tukey network. And of course, we're going to implement that within the multi-step model. So even if someone you invited somebody else, and that someone made value for the network, you're going to get some of it. It's a very important kind of total social revenue share model for the network itself, and it's going to be based on this what we call the Web2 conversions, or what other people call the Tukey API. So yeah, it's in our roadmap, and it's going to hit our development line, our R&D efforts line, as soon as we're finished with the PPC smart links with 0 fees to launch, which is our current major effort. So yeah, definitely on our roadmap.
I just want to add on top of that white label solution, this is something that many people asked us to do. People love the Tukey protocol and they want to use it, but they don't want to use it as Tukey. They don't want people to get outside of their own branding. We are still exploring solutions for that. And there is a simple solution that we thought about doing is just giving businesses to use something Tukey, but just with their own branding on top of it and pay on a monthly basis like SaaS. Another option more for the long term, which is more appealing for us, is just to allow people to use Tukey protocol on their own products. It will involve a bit heavier technical integration, but the capabilities to do things with that is much bigger. Probably we will do both in the end, but this will come the best case in the end of 2020, but most probably in the beginning of 2021. Let's get to the next question.
I just want to actually, I had one question that took my attention. I just want to answer it quickly. It's actually a good question. I don't think, and it's also very much to the point. So I've pasted it on the comments in the YouTube. It's basically about the TV series Black Mirror. There was an episode there called Nosedive. So I didn't see, actually now I remember I did see it, but I didn't know it. So I Wikipedia'd it. And that person, Renarster, asked if our reputation will be the same as the Nosedive version of Reputation on. So this was like a Black Mirror episode where it's like a dystopian future where everyone constantly rates you. And then according to that rate, you're basically given resources in life or abundance or not. So it's very important to emphasize, no, in Tukey, reputation is something completely different. The major thing that makes what was portrayed in Black Mirror so black was that anyone could just kind of gang up on you, right? There was some outside force that ranks you constantly. And that's the exact same vision and problem we have with today's web, that we have these centralized agents that rank us all the time. Banks and governments and Google and Amazon, all those things. In that, it was just like a variation of having just everyone being able to constantly rate you. But in Tukey, it's not the case. In Tukey, the reputation is strictly results driven, which means that if you're actually able to deliver results, you earn reputation. And if you deliver bad results, you lose reputation. But all of that is known in advance. That's the beauty of blockchain. That's the beauty of having all these smart links that are governed by smart contracts. There is a rule that you know in advance. You know what has to be accomplished for that campaign. It's your choice. It's your ownership. It's your responsibility if you're gonna participate or not. And then you are in full control whether you're gonna earn or lose, right? Because you're responsible for your own actions. You can no longer blame someone on the outside, like in that Black Mirror or in today's Google, whatever. It's your responsibility. You know, if you're spamming, probably gonna lose it. If you're making good work, you're gonna earn it. So it's totally up to you, and you're in control, and you own it, and you make your own destiny. It's not dictated by anyone else. So it's the complete opposite, and it's a very optimistic future. And that's also the reason why the only part where it's not up to you, which is the feedback part, where people can say, this is not relevant, this is spam. This is the only part where we are not putting this directly on chain, but this is the moderated service where we're very careful about whether to take this into account or not. And this is why it's completely separated also. The main reputation you earn is strictly results driven. You control it, you own it, and you make your own destiny there.
So eiTan just talked about reputation, and last week we published the reputation model, Tukey reputation model for the first time, version 1 of it. And I welcome everyone to read more about our reputation system. It's one of the most major and most important part of Tukey. For now, the reputation points is giving rewards every month. Every month, in the end of the month, by the 10th of the next month, we will give distribution Tukey tokens as rewards for all the people participated and had activity on the network based on their monthly activity, quarterly activity, global reputation points, meaning all the points that accumulated in the lifetime, and the staking of Tukey tokens. Right now, the proportions are 50% for activity, 25% for a global reputation score, and 25% for staking. And we are going to add more and more layers and methods on top of it. It's a very important part of Tukey, and the article explained it very well. So please check it out. Let's move to the next question. And this is a very good one that we mentioned a lot lately. Do you ever, number 4, do you ever see Tukey product competing directly with the Bitly and copying them in terms of their ease of use, gain, mass adoption? So the simple answer is yes, but it's more complicated than that. We do look at Bitly as a very, very good solution that developed for many, many years to come to what it is today, to find exactly its product fit. The technology behind Bitly is not that complicated. It's just shortening links, but they added more layers of analytics on top of it. With Tukey, shortening links, this is something we also do, but it's a very small part of it. But the user experience on Bitly is something that we want to have exactly the same in Tukey. And our goal that by the end of this year, in 2020, anyone can come to Tukey, and it doesn't matter if it's going to be on mobile or desktop, and you can create in less than 20 seconds your own smart link from any link that you like. And then you can choose if you just want to have analytics and tracking on top of it, or you also want to incentivize people with a PPC model. We are adding more models of how to use Tukey token, even if campaigns don't have financial incentives in tokens. And we're thinking of many, like one option that we had is maybe you have to stake Tukey tokens for the lifetime of the smart links. Just stake them. That's one option, but we have a few more that are going to come very soon. So Bitly is not a direct competitor, but it gives us a lot of inspiration, and we want to be just a better link, the link of the decentralized web, the web 3.0.
I think the Bitly reference is very good, and I think this is one of the reasons we're very excited about these new versions. Hopefully, the first one of which will already hit production by the end of next week. And this is basically the ability to create smart links for free. So with this version that we're hoping to release full cycle by the end of this month, so by September 2020, basically we want to make smart links of any type completely free to create. And then it will be completely free to create, completely free to refer and earn, and completely free to withdraw your rewards. And that will make them as easy to create as Bitly's, but with all the added benefits that you have this multi-step social revenue share model, you have this social distribution capabilities, you have this incredible tracking that's basically our own patent, and it's patented worldwide and it's unmatched. And so I think the reference to Bitly is very good, because I think we're Bitly like 3.0. Of course, we're having other goals because Bitly is just a shortener, and we want to do, of course, so much more than that. And one last thing to mention: by the end of next week, we want to have if you want to create smart links with no rewards, that will already be for free. That's what we plan to release by end of next week. And the cool thing about smart links that don't have rewards, it means that if you're a contractor, you don't even need a wallet to create these links. And even though they don't give rewards inside the campaign, each person that participates earns reputation, and that reputation can translate to Tukey in the monthly participation mining process. So actually, this is like an incredible offering where you can come for free with no wallet, create a smart link for nothing, and then everybody wins from that. So we're very excited about that.
Okay, let's move to the next question. The next one is by Jackson Matrix C. And that's a good question. How does Tukey intend to create organic demand and cash flow for Tukey tokens? eiTan, you want to start maybe, and I can present the diagram of...
Sure, I can just paste this on the YouTube. Okay, so
let me open the diagram in a while.
Yeah, sure. So the basic idea is that organic demand, the nice thing about our tokenomics is that the campaigns that we're now focusing on have very, very good tokenomics in terms of organic demand, because the point is that every time you want to create a smart link, you're a business, you're a publisher, and you want to, the thing is that smart links, they work in a market that's called PPC, which is basically anyone that wants to distribute content online and is willing to pay per click. This is why we call it PPC smart links, because they're framed for this market. I know many of you are just using it like to distribute content that you like, but the business use case behind it is a gigantic market, like a multi-billion-dollar market of businesses and publishers and brands that want to distribute their content content, and they're willing to pay per click. And each time you create a smart link, in order to retain the dollar value and protect yourself against volatility in Tukey rewards, basically you buy that, you come with whatever tokens you have. You don't need to hold Tukey in advance. Most people don't have Tukey, but a lot of businesses come afresh and they have stable coins, or we have onboarding, whatever. So you have a credit card or some stable coin or ETH or whatever. You come and you purchase a Tukey budget. You purchase that budget up front. That's the beautiful thing. So that entire budget of the campaign immediately turns into demand. And this demand is generated inside our internal upgradable exchange contract. But we've now, from this version, initiated an automatic mechanism that will continuously, periodically, and in random time, so to not enable market manipulations, will relay that organic demand to the market. So it will send those buy orders to Uniswap or to Kyber. From them, then it propagates to the markets. So basically, our roadmap is very simple. We're working on the product that people will want to use, that publishers and brands and businesses will want to use. And this is a huge market. And we've seen it return amazing results in terms of driving actual business value to these contractors. People come and they want to, like some business or some website come, they want to drive signups. They don't have an initial large following. They just have like 100 clicks in their first layer. But those 100 clicks then, or 100 referrers, they then generate like 15 layer deep referral graphs that reach tens of thousands of people for a fraction of the cost you would reach on any other platform. And then a lot of them actually convert and ultimately sign up. So the fact is that we're aiming to build a product that actually has utility, has use. And then once we're satisfied with it, once smart links are free and don't cost like they do today, like $3, $4, $5 with the rising ETH cost. So we're fixing that. Once they're free to generate, it becomes a total win-win-win. And then we're going to start marketing it like large, not like crypto marketing it, like actual marketing it. We're going to have biz devs and sales and all those processes to reach actual businesses, actual users, actual adoption that's not inside the crypto, because the whole point of streaming in values to the crypto space is reaching those 99% of people that aren't in there, the businesses, the publishers, the brands. So once they get in, they will come with whatever they have. It's a stable coin or credit card, whatever. It's all translated to Tukey. Each and every campaign that runs, its entire budget is 100% organic demand that we relay to the market. And we start that relay from yesterday. So once we build the product, and we're already almost there with this one that's completely ready for the market, zero fees, everything, and we start actually doing the full sales cycle and everything, and we see more and more actual businesses, publishers, and brands using it, you're going to see this massive rising wave of organic demand, and it's going to gradually overflow this speculative, non-related volume.
Eventually, I believe that there are two types of tokens in the market. There is one token that is based only on hyper-marketing, and these are tokens that usually you see pumps and dumps, but over the long term slowly go down. And there are real tokens that they have real demand behind them because they have real products. And those tokens, they grow over time. And I believe that Tukey token is exactly one of those tokens. The organic demand, it's the most important thing, because we are here eventually not to build a marketing project. We are here to build a real product that people will use, and it will give value to people for a very long time, for many years. And the beautiful thing to see is that every time someone is creating a smart link with a budget, automatically this money translated to become Tukey token, distributed to all the referrals, all the approved referrals when there is a conversion. And this atomic action happening all the time. Ether or DAI or USDT goes in, converted to Tukey, giving to list of people. And this demand happening automatically on the DEXs. It started yesterday. It will scale faster than you think. Besides that, we have other methods that we are going to implement in the next year on how we are going to have demand for Tukey token. The first one we started last week with a reputation model, the staking. So now we have incentive and to stake your tokens and rewards. This is something we started on counting on this month. Another one will come later this year is the affiliation. Once we have Tukey affiliation program, it will involve the demand for a bigger demand for Tukey token in it. We are going to introduce a burning mechanism later this year. It's going to be part of the ongoing activity of the token. Also a freezing mechanism where we're going to freeze some of the tokens. You can already read about it in our tokenomics for a minimum of 10 years to be used for the next batch of reputation mining. Once we have more verticals and more products for Tukey out there in the market, like for leads or HR, the demand will rise, of course, and this will grow the demand for the Tukey tokens. Once we connect to DeFi tools and DeFi products within Tukey, people will, I believe, prefer to use Tukey as one-stop shop, even if they are not necessarily using Tukey at that moment, just to manage their tokens and to manage their Tukey tokens in it. And of course, as we move forward, we want also to give and to build other usages for Tukey, like the one I explained before, which is in smart links campaigns that don't have reward, where you have to stake tokens just to use the product. Let's switch to the next question. And the next question by Alba Caner. It was asked on Twitter. It's about Zoom. Zoom has been one of the platforms with the most growth this year. What improvement will I see as a user in my experience with Zoom because of its partnership with Tukey? So not exactly partnership. We have something a bit bigger. We have a product that is connected to Zoom. And not only that, Tukey became the first ever product, the first ever blockchain crypto product to be approved to enter the Zoom marketplace. And this is a product that we showed to the world 10 weeks ago. It's called the Zoom Smart Session. You can read more about it on the website. It was it had a lot of PR around the world when it came out in the peak of the pandemic. The Zoom Smart Session is a crypto layer on top of any Zoom session. You can take any Zoom session. By the way, this YouTube live video, we are recording it from Zoom. You can take any Zoom session and ask people to pay with crypto just to enter to the Zoom session. This product was built very quickly, only on 2 weeks, and another 2 weeks to get approval from Zoom. And we admit it has to have a bit more product fit. But as we see more growth, once we overcome the gas fees problem, we most probably going to improve this product and integrate it, first of all, foremost for crypto project, crypto conferences that really hype to use it these days when you cannot meet people face to face. eiTan, you have anything else you want to add about on Zoom?
Yeah, the major fact. So first of all, it is a really big deal. I think the world is just getting accustomed to it, because the fact is that when the pandemic started, a lot of people just were kind of baffled by it. But now we're seeing gradually more and more people, like yoga instructors or therapists or a lot of other types of service providers, transition to give their services over Zoom. And when you give your service over Zoom, you also want to charge for that. And also you need to distribute it. If you're a yoga teacher now, you need to find new kinds of audience that are maybe more globally or geographically distributed. And you can use Tukey's referral capabilities, the multi-step referral capabilities, to start with your small sourcing seed of students and rise there. So that's one thing. Second thing is, there is no paywall at all actually for Zoom sessions until Tukey came along. You can add a PayPal paywall for webinars, which is for much bigger, and it's not like a one-to-one interaction like we have with small service providers. But for regular Zoom sessions, there was non-paywall at all. So we added the first one of its kind. The current issue with it is that because of the high Ethereum gas prices, it's costly to make these small payments, that you are typically doing for Zoom, like $5 here, $5 there. We're in advanced discussions with some other monetary layer twos that we can use in order to make these micro payments off chain in a secure manner. Once we do that, it's a bit further down our roadmap, because now we're focusing on budget campaigns, those things that you don't need money to convert, like clicking a link or becoming a lead or installing or signing up or whatever it is that's not entailed with putting in money. But it is there on our plan, and once we get to it and it becomes really easy and cheap to buy these tickets for Zoom, this product will have a much greater chance to penetrate the market. And so I do think there is a good future for it. You're muted, Tukey. If you're talking, no one can hear you.
Sorry for that. Let's move to the next question. It's a very short and simple question, but it's something we didn't explain on the article about the reputation. And the question is, do reputation points earned from social mining influence my reputation score on a Tukey network? I don't need to have the name of whoever asked it, but I will find it. Just a simple.
Probably by Alba Kaner, like I think it's like they ordered it like this. Good questions, maybe by him.
Yeah, maybe. The answer is the short and simple answer is at the moment it doesn't affect reputation. The reputation on Tukey is one thing, and the reputation on social mining is another thing, and there is no merging or any interaction between them. But this is something we do want to have in the future, and we might have your reputation on social mining affect also your global reputation score on Tukey in future version. Let's get to the next question. Do you have any plans to attract non-crypto investors to Tukey chain? Tukey chain, that's something we never named. And how? What are the actions to increase awareness around Tukey in non-crypto space? eiTan, you want to answer this one?
Well, first of all, the first time we're going to have anything like a Tukey chain, it's not going to be really a chain, but once we have a better solution for using fully validated multi-party state networks, everybody will be able to download a Tukey mobile app and use that as a Tukey miner. That will entail this will basically enable us to secure the layer 2 using more decentralized effort by the community. And so this will allow everybody to mine Tukey just using a mobile app, but you will have to have Tukey in the first place and stake it in order to become a miner. So this is one form of us to attract potential non-crypto investors, just people that are looking for this chance to mine. So there's a lot of people doing mining, but they're not investing. I wouldn't call it investing, but I know a lot of people do. And about questions to increase awareness around Tukey network in the non-crypto space, we have a lot of plans for this. Maybe Kiki, you want to take this one?
Yes. So when we built the Tukey from the first day, it's very important to mention, we always thought about mass adoption. Crypto space today is about something a bit less than 50 million people. 50 million is nothing. We need to reach 500 million and beyond. From the first day when we built Tukey in such a way that anyone can interact Tukey as a one-stop shop without even knowing what blockchain is. Today, when you get Tukey Smart Link, you don't even know what Ethereum is, because we're creating an address for you behind the scene on other layer 2. And you will have to create your wallet only when you have rewards to withdraw, to take. So only when you have the real incentives to join this revolution, to join this future, only then you will do it. And we believe that this will make a big difference once Tukey Smart Links will be much more popular, and they will help bring this adoption into crypto space. There is a reason why we built Tukey Wallet, because again, we wanted to make it as simple as possible. We understood that if we have even this small obstacle of asking people to come with a different wallet from the outside, it can keep them outside from this game. Everything eventually is built to Tukey to be used for mass adoption, and mass adoption is non-crypto users.
Also, I want to emphasize, like, we're now over 500,000 campaign visits on Tukey campaigns. And I'm reminding everybody to visit the Tukey campaign. Most of those visitors aren't crypto people. They're just people that received a link from someone. And they still get exposed to Tukey that way. And then out of those, people have created, by the way, 300,000 of those visits were just like last month, last 30 days. So the network is growing in volume in a more rapid scale as we progress with the smart links. And out of those 26.4 thousand, so 26,400 Tukeys were created. So that's like people that actually not only signed up, but also created links to refer them onwards. So most of these people, a lot of them, they didn't know crypto before. And for becoming a referrer on the network and earning crypto on the network, you don't need anything except a browser. You don't need to open any wallet. You don't need to have any Ether, anything. So actually, the way we build the network is already primed for attracting non-crypto users, because that's what it does. It makes people just expand this referral graph and bring other people inside, interacting with blockchain and crypto smart contracts without even knowing it, without even feeling the burden of it. So it's already happening.
Okay, let's move to the next question. Next question is by GB. How can I earn and interact with Tukey tokens besides being a referrer? What other programs and tools can I find that involves Tukey? So actually, the best thing is I have to present it would be a presentation that I hold yesterday to all the Tukey token private buyers. And by the way, this is something we are going to do now on a regular basis in the end of every quarter. And we are going to have a Tukey token quarterly meeting, same like in public companies, full transparency, and the biggest amount of data that we can give out to the people, a summary of the last Q and looking ahead for the next Q. I'll share my screen. So we have today few programs that you can interact and earn Tukey, which are not just being a referrer, the basic Tukey thing. The first one is the Tukey Bug Bounty program. It's our oldest program that runs for more than a year now. If you Google Bug Bounty, you'll see it as number 14 in the world. It is very popular, and we had a lot of engagement with this program, and we paid, if you could find a valid bug, you would get paid in Tukey tokens. Another program that we launched 2.5 weeks ago is our community dashboard. The dashboard is something we allow anyone from the community to build tools, infographics, statistics about the Tukey token and Tukey network, and get rewarded in Tukey token with it. The third one is social mining. Social mining is a product that we have for many months now. It's on mainnet in the last 2 months. We have many tasks on social mining. I invite you to be part of social mining, earn Tukey from the smallest task of doing a like or a tweet to the biggest one of coding or translating a full page on Tukey website and get paid for this with Tukey token. Another program is our ambassador program. This is a program that we launched a month ago. Become an ambassador. We have more than 35 submissions to date on your local community, present Tukey, translate Tukey materials to the local language, manage Tukey community, and get a fixed payment on a monthly basis. Another program is what we launched last week, is the reputation mining that involves activity, reputation, and staking, what we explained before. And last one that will come soon is our Launch Partners program, the new one actually, where we are going to invite people that wants to run Tukey campaigns, not necessarily PPC, but other types, to be on the list for that. And by that, we will have more knowledge and database on what is the demand for Tukey tokens. And we will give them also free credits to run campaigns in the future. So these are the programs that we have. eiTan, you want to add anything on top of it, or we can move to the last question?
I think that covers it. We can move on.
Okay, so last question for today. And this is a very nice and general question, but it's always nice to end with it. Since launch Tukey Network, can you tell us what achievement you are most proud of? Maybe I will start. We have many achievements. We are working on Tukey for 3 years. In my opinion, the biggest achievement for us is the speed we know to do pivots. Since we started Tukey, we pivoted, big pivot, like of what we are going to build, what we're going to do, what market, what segment, what product. I would say more than 20 times. Small pivots, medium pivots, huge pivots. And this is the most important thing for a startup, is to adjust to the demand in the market, to adjust to the trend, and to understand if this is a temporary trend, if it's a real trend, if there is a real demand behind it, if this is something you build for the long term or for the short term. You always have to keep this balance with what you do. We didn't go with all the trends, but we knew to implement and integrate the good tools, the good products to go in the right direction. And I think our direction is very unique. Tukey in general is very unique in crypto space. We are not another DeFi, we're not another wallet or exchange. We really build a solution for something people use in the Web2 world, online advertising. And we will do a good product only if we know to move fast and, like Mark says, sometimes break things. And this is what I'm personally most proud of.
Thanks, Kiki. I think, first of all, I think afterwards, there's a few smaller questions I'd like to just quickly answer. They're very quick to answer, and I think they're relevant to some of the people at least. Regarding this question of what we're most proud of. So, I was once we had a very, very notable leader in Israel. It was called Shimon Peres. So he was known all around the world. A lot of global leaders and just regular citizens looked up to him. And I was fortunate enough to accompany like these guests in one of his, towards like the final decade of his life. There were a lot of like international conferences with a lot of leaders that came and etc. to visit and share their opinions. So one of them once asked him, like, Mr. Peres, President Peres, what's the most exciting thing you have ever done? And I'll never forget his answer. He said, the most interesting and by far the most exciting thing I've ever done is what I will do tomorrow. This was very beautiful because I mean, it really encompassed like his view of always looking to the future and striving to do better. So we're working very hard. We achieved, of course, but me personally, I'm just looking to do greater and greater stuff, and I'm really the most excited about what we're going to do tomorrow. So that's personally my take on
it. This is actually a great answer. So thank you. Now you're welcome to answer short, small answers that are not.
Yeah, I just saw like two ones. So first of all, just really small ones. I saw here Tukey links are too long. Do you have a plan to provide smart URL shorter service? So first of all, we already have a shortening service. It's just it's longer because there's a logic there that takes your smart link campaign name and makes it all fit inside the link. But we can make it as short as we want. This was just for convenience sake. And we do have a feature waiting to be implemented, which is quite simple. It's in a long queue that if you want, you can edit and make your own name for that smart link. So it doesn't have to be like that short. It's if you have like a long URL, long article title, and you want to shorten it to just like, oh, my short link 1 or just 1, whatever, you can do that. So it's not a problem. It's actually very easy to implement. It's just waiting for us to do this. So yeah, of course, it's in the pipeline. But yeah, they can already be as short as you want because we have that service already implemented. And the second thing, so this was like the question by Viralki. I'll paste it soon on the YouTube. The other one was, as we're experiencing a high gas fee on Ethereum right now, what are your future plans? So that's what we discussed. I just want to again emphasize it. we are rolling out in the next month versions of PPC Smart Links that will be zero cost. Zero cost. It's not us paying behind the scenes. It's actual zero cost. It's all going to be on the layer 2. Cost nothing to deploy, as cheap as creating Bitleys. Okay, so that's going to eliminate it. Once these are deployed, and the first one of which is supposed to be end of next week, which is for Smart Links that don't have any rewards in them. That's going to be the first one we release. But basically from then onwards, PPC Smart Links are going to be zero cost to deploy, to create, zero cost to refer and earn, and zero cost to withdraw rewards. So completely a win-win for everybody.
Thank you, eiTan. So before we are ending, I just want to remind you all, first of all, you can read more about us on our website. The website is growing and getting updates all the time. We have today almost for each of the products, we have a product page you can read about. We have now a new resource tab about our ambassador program, bug bounty, and even a learning center that we just launching these days with a lot of knowledge about how to use the Tukey product. And of course, you can read about our project, other information. About the token, we have the token page where you can always get updated and make sure you are on the right Tukey token with the contract address, the token price, where it's traded. Beside the Kyber Swap, eiTan Global, and Uniswap, it's also traded on the Who, Bilaxi, and Hotbit, but these are not official listings. So we always recommend, if you want to trade or swap, do it from Tukey Wallet or one of those platforms. We aim to add more in the next couple of months, this queue. One of the things we are most tracking is addresses, how many tokens are holding Tukey at any given moment. And this is, my opinion, a huge signal of the strength of the platform. And as long as we see these numbers grows, it means we are in the right direction. If you want to track Tukey tokens, CoinGecko is the most recommended from us as a platform with all the data, and also you can check all the depth for liquidity for the token. It's not fully updated, but sometimes they have some errors, but you can check it from here. It's a great platform. And of course, most important, use Tukey Smart Links, refer Tukey Smart Links, and create Tukey Smart Links. You're all welcome to do that. This is, for example, my personal page with the links that I referred or participated, clicked. Now we launched a new version only yesterday. You're all welcome to check it out. It has many new features. We will later today, we'll post a blog about it with all the information, many bug fixes, more stable, more capabilities, and many other improvements. Thank you very much for being with us. This recording will be on YouTube. We will have we will have more live AMAs in the future. But we are always on Telegram, not 24/7, but we are on Telegram, so you're welcome to ask us any question whenever you like, and when we find the time, we'll answer them. And thanks for supporting Tukey. We only started, that's what we know. We started the project a few years ago, but the most important part, the product, 10 weeks in the air, also the token. This is only the beginning for us, and I believe that the rest of 2020 and 2021 are going to be very big, and Tukey will have a very big impact in crypto space that you will all see once more and more people will use Smart Links. Thank you, eiTan.
Thanks, everybody. Thanks for joining. And if this format goes well, I believe we'll be doing more of these. So see you around.